The Tesla Model 2 2026 is finally here, and let me tell you, this car is not just another Tesla, it's the one that could completely change the electric car market as we know it. Imagine an EV that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, doesn't compromise on design, and still carries that Tesla DNA that people line up for. At a starting price of around $25,000, the Tesla Model 2 2026 isn't just affordable, it's disruptive. You might be thinking, wait, a Tesla for that price? What's the catch? Well, today we're going to dive deep into this car. Inside, outside, the drive, the performance, even the little quirks. And by the end, you'll see why so many people are already calling the Tesla Model 2 2026 the people's EV. The first thing that hits you when you see the Tesla Model 2 2026 in person is its size. Tesla designed this car with city living in mind. It's more compact than a Model 3, which means it's easier to park, easier to navigate tight streets, but it still looks unmistakably Tesla. From the front, you get that clean, futuristic face, with no grille, just smooth surfaces and sleek LED headlights that almost look like they're staring at you. The profile is smooth and aerodynamic, with subtle lines that guide your eyes all the way back to the rear, where a minimalistic light bar ties everything together. It looks modern, it looks sharp, and most importantly, it doesn't look like a budget car. Tesla could have easily gone cheap on the design to cut costs, but instead, they've given the Model 2 a premium look that feels like it belongs right next to more expensive Teslas. If you're walking up to it in a parking lot, you're not going to feel like you're driving the entry-level Tesla, you'll feel like you're driving a Tesla, period. Step inside, and this is where the Tesla Model 2 2026 really surprises people. Now, you might expect that at $25,000, Tesla would strip the interior down to the bare bones. But the moment you open the door, you're greeted by that classic Tesla minimalism. The dashboard is dominated by a single large center screen, slightly smaller than the one in the Model 3, but still plenty big enough to control everything from navigation to climate to media. And yes, it's that same super responsive Tesla software that people love. The steering wheel is the newer rounded design, not the yoke, which makes sense for a car designed for the masses. The seats are simple but comfortable, with high-quality vegan leather, and even though the car is compact, Tesla has managed to maximize space with clever packaging. The rear seats are surprisingly roomy for a car this size. You could actually fit adults back there without their knees being jammed into the front seats. The trunk, and even the frunk, give you practical cargo space that makes this little EV more versatile than you'd expect. Now let's talk about features, because here's where a lot of people go, wait a second, how is Tesla giving me all this in a car that costs 25 grand? You still get Tesla's full connectivity suite, including over-the-air updates, which means your car is constantly improving. You get the same big navigation system with live traffic. You get streaming, options games, and even the fun Easter eggs Tesla sneaks in. The Model 2 2026 also comes standard with Tesla's autopilot system, so lane keeping, adaptive cruise control, all the basics are there. Full self-driving is, of course, optional and costs extra, but the fact that you can even get it on a car at this price is pretty wild. And here's something you'll love. The sound system in the Tesla Model 2 2026 is shockingly good for its class. Most entry-level cars give you tinny speakers that sound like they're coming out of a cereal box. Tesla gave this car a rich, immersive audio system that makes road trips and even quick drives way more enjoyable. But let's not just talk about comfort and gadgets. You're probably wondering how this thing drives. The Tesla Model 2 2026 is proof that electric cars don't have to be boring, even on a budget. The base model gives you a single motor with front-wheel drive, producing around 250 horsepower, which is more than enough for a car this size. 0 to 60 happens in about 6.5 seconds, which is quicker than a lot of gas cars in the same price range. But if you want more, there's a dual-motor all-wheel drive version that boosts power closer to 300 horsepower and drops the 0 to 60 time to just about 5 seconds flat. That's hot hatch territory, but without the noise or the gas bill. Driving the Model 2 feels nimble, light, and super responsive. The instant torque of an EV means you're off the line quickly, perfect for city driving or merging onto highways. And because of the low center of gravity, thanks to the battery pack, the handling is sharp and confidence-inspiring. It feels planted on the road, even when you're pushing it through corners. You'll forget pretty quickly that this is supposed to be the budget Tesla. Now, range is a big deal for any EV, especially one that's trying to win over first-time electric car buyers. The Tesla Model 2 2026 doesn't disappoint here either. The base version is expected to get around 250 miles on a full charge, which is more than enough for most people's daily needs. The long-range version pushes that closer to 300 miles. And with access to Tesla's supercharger network, which is still one of the biggest advantages Tesla has, you're never far from a quick top-up. In just about 15 minutes at a supercharger, you can add over 100 miles of range. That means long road trips are absolutely doable in this car without the stress that people usually associate with budget EVs. Plus, charging at home overnight with a standard wall connector is simple and cheap, especially compared to constantly filling up at gas stations. Let's talk price again, because this is what really sets the Tesla Model 2 2026 apart. Starting at around $25,000, it's the most affordable Tesla ever made. Factor in potential government incentives, and for some buyers, this car could effectively cost under $20,000. That's cheaper than a Toyota Corolla Hybrid, cheaper than a Honda Civic, and yet you're driving a fully electric Tesla with all the tech and style that comes with it. It really feels like Tesla is aiming to make electric cars mainstream, not just for enthusiasts or people with deep pockets. Of course, no car is perfect, so let's be fair and talk about the drawbacks. The compact size, while great for cities, might feel a bit tight for larger families. The materials, while solid, aren't as luxurious as you'd find in a Model S or even a higher-spec Model 3. And because it's a Tesla, you're dealing with that all-screen interface, which some people still find a little frustrating since even adjusting the air vents is done through the touchscreen. But honestly, when you put all that against the price and the performance, it's hard to complain too much. And let's not forget, Tesla keeps improving their cars with software updates, so things that might feel like a downside today could be fixed tomorrow. Now, when you compare the Tesla Model 2 2026 to its competitors, things get even more interesting. You've got the Chevrolet Bolt EUV, which is a great car but doesn't have the same performance or tech edge. You've got cars like the Nissan Leaf, which has been around forever, but is starting to feel dated compared to Tesla's design. Even new EVs like the Hyundai Kona Electric or the BYD Dolphin are solid, but they don't have the Tesla badge, the software, or the supercharger network. That's the trump card here. Tesla isn't just selling you a car. They're selling you access to an entire ecosystem that makes owning an EV easier than with almost any other brand. So what's the final verdict on the Tesla Model 2 2026? Honestly, this is the car a lot of people have been waiting for. For years, the biggest complaint about Tesla has been that their cars are too expensive for the average buyer. The Model 2 fixes that in a big way. It's stylish, it's fun to drive, it's packed with features, and it's affordable. Yes, it's smaller, yes, it's simpler in some ways, but that's exactly what makes it so appealing. It doesn't feel like a compromise, it feels like Tesla finally built a car for everyone. If you've been on the fence about going electric, the Tesla Model 2 2026 might be the car that finally tips the scale. And here's the thing, the timing couldn't be better. With gas prices fluctuating, with more people concerned about the environment, and with cities getting more crowded, a compact, affordable EV just makes sense. Add in the fact that this car looks cool, drives great, and has Tesla's name on it, and it's hard not to get excited. The Tesla Model 2 2026 isn't just another addition to the lineup, it's the one that could truly put millions of people behind the wheel of an electric car for the first time. So, would I recommend it? Absolutely. If you're looking for your first EV, or even if you just want a second car that's fun, efficient, and affordable, the Tesla Model 2 2026 deserves to be at the top of your list. It's not just the cheapest Tesla, it's potentially the most important Tesla yet. And something tells me we're going to see a lot of these on the roads very soon. If you enjoyed this review and want to keep up with the latest car releases, EV news, and in-depth reviews like this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and drop a comment letting me know what you think of the Tesla Model 2 2026. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.